Hey guys, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if you haven't, please check out my Patreon if you ever get the chance. Okay, enjoy the video.
Welcome back, everyone. We thank you for tuning in to us once again. After so many wonderful stories, we would now like to present to you our main event.
It's our take on an old story involving a cold-hearted businessman and his run-in with his past, present, and future.
Without further ado,
Or further delay, the casts of RWBY and Miraculous Ladybug proudly present
A Christmas Carol.
Okay, now let's measure for the robes.
Father, I think we need to take a break. It's getting dark outside.
Well, I don't think so. We still need to prepare for next year right away.
Yes, Father.
As Gabriel finished getting his measurements, it was striking 8 p.m., and it was time for Jean to leave. While he was packing up, Adrian decided to ask something.
So what do you plan on doing for Christmas tomorrow, John?
Well, my friends and I have planned a quiet day at home, keeping our friend Oscar company.
He still isn't feeling well?
No, the doctors are still checking on him daily, but he's bedridden since the end of November. I'm starting to get real worried about him.
I hope he gets better soon. The Christmas you guys are having sounds like a lot of fun.
Thanks. I'm sure yours will be twice as good, if not more so.
If I'm being honest, I wish I could believe you. Ever since November, my father has been more distant than usual. He and I are only involved in the same activities when it comes to either school, work, or my modeling career. Same as last year, and the year before, and I worry Christmas will be no different.
I'm so sorry, Adrian. You know, if you need some sort of break from your dad, you can come visit my house for a bit.
That sounds very nice, but I don't think my dad would go for it.
He can come too. From the looks of this place, I think you two really need a vacation.
With the power of a sudden mighty force, Gabriel enters the room.
Adrian, say goodbye to your friend and get ready for bed.
Yes, Father.
Oh, Mr. Agreste, I'm glad I caught you. You see, tomorrow is Christmas and...
And what?
Well, it does only happen once a year, and I was hoping that you and Adrian would come over and eat with me and my friends.
Gabriel wanted to tell the young lad to piss off and to leave his home at once, but instead he decided to speak calmly and clearly, simply saying,
Adrian will be busy for Christmas, so I'm afraid that neither he nor I will be able to attend any get-together this year.
Oh, are you sure? I mean, maybe I can...
Yes, and I would thank you not to involve yourself in any family matters of mine, lest you want to see the inside of a jail cell. Now, Mr. Ark, I bid you good day.
Jeez, what a grouch. Poor Adrian. He doesn't deserve to be worked to the bone like this, especially on Christmas.
Jean looked up to the rising shattered moon as he waited for his Uber to come drive him back to the tenements, where his friends Ren, Nora, Ruby, Weiss, Blake, Yang, and Oscar were residing.
This is gonna be the best Christmas dinner college kids can afford ever.
Back at the Agreste mansion, Gabriel was berating Adrian for making things complicated with their family schedule.
You idiot! Do you have any idea what could have happened? Mr. Ark's party would have thrown us off our timetable for the rest of the year. This is unacceptable!
Father, I didn't mean anything by it. I was just making conversation.
Your job isn't to make conversation. It's to ensure the continued success of my fashion empire!
Even on Christmas?
Especially then. I mean, what even is Christmas? Just another day filled with annoying avarice and wasted money, spent on trinkets that hold no value, and carolers who can't hold a single note.
What about the value of family?
Family is only worth as much as it gives, and to be honest, I hardly believe that you've been giving me all that you have, even after all I have ever owned to you, my son.
Adrian was shocked. He had never heard his father speak to him that way before.
Now, young man, I suggest you go to bed. I don't want to speak any further on this matter. Good night.
Yes, Father. Why doesn't he want to spend time with me anymore?
Adrian silently sobbed to himself as he lay on his bed, waiting for sleep to come. Back in Gabriel's office, he worked on some new designs for his son. As he worked on the designs, he heard a noise outside his door.
Adrian? Adrian, this isn't funny. If you continue this, I will...
The door then swung open and he saw an empty space. Thinking the interruption was over, he stood up and closed the door. But the moment he did, he heard a voice behind him, one that was eerily familiar. Hello, Gabriel.
Osmond? Is that you? I should switch to decaf.
Oh, I am very real, Gabriel. And I am here to say that...
You're dead, and you've been dead for over a year now, ever since the fall of Beacon. You've always boasted about knowing everything. Well, guess you didn't see that coming.
Oh no, that was always part of the plan, old friend. Don't get easily distracted now, Gabriel. What is about to happen doesn't concern me. What happens next has everything to do with you and your recent actions.
Recent actions? What are you blathering about?
It has become painfully clear to me, and to others, that your son isn't happy. All he has ever wanted was to spend time with his father, not the monster that has taken his place. Gabriel looked on in fury. He did not like being told how to raise his only son. I have been watching your treatment, or shall I say mistreatment, of your lad for quite some time. I must say I am very, very disappointed in you, Gabriel. What would Emily say if she were here right now?
None of that matters. Not anymore. Thinking about such things won't make anything better.
If you ask me,
I didn't.
It's high time you realize the utter neglect and overall damage you are imposing on your son. He's been kept hidden, and you've made him feel so isolated from the world. And when he finally found friends, you threatened to take them away, as you have with everything else. But tonight, you will be changing your attitude towards your son, and everything else in your life. Otherwise, well, you will be in for a very rude awakening.
Very well. Let's get it over with.
You will be disrupted by 3 spirits. They will remain with you until you see the error of your ways. They will come to you one by one.
But I do not require
The
an
first
attitude
one will
adjustment.
come at the strike of 1 a.m.
Very well.
The
Let's
second
get it
will be
over
at
with.
2, and the final one at 3. Normally, I'd wish you the best of luck, but I won't. Have a Merry Christmas. Gaby. Osmond began to fade away into nothing, leaving just as quickly as he had arrived.
I'm going to bed.
Gabriel went to sleep the moment his head hit the pillow. He wasn't asleep for long, however, as the clock soon struck 1. The first spirit, played by Mr. Crow Bronwyn, had arrived.
Hey, get up.
What? Oh, no. I suppose you're the first spirit I was told about.
Yep. I am the ghost of Christmas past. Your past. I'm here to show you what your youth led you to become the miser you are today. So follow me and blah blah blah.
Mr. Bronwyn, I'm afraid he fell asleep while you were flapping your beak.
Hey, I didn't agree to this just for you to sleep through it.
What's the meaning of this? Put me down this instant!
Sorry, pal. It's time to fly.
Unhand me, you wretched barbarian!
Nope. Deal with it.
Crow proceeds to send them both back through time by flying out of the window, landing in front of a preparatory school that was outside of Paris, France.
Here's our first stop. You remember this place?
Gabriel grimaced. It had been more than 30 years, but he still hadn't forgotten.
Ugh. I hated this place. My father sent me here to learn all about running a business. We either applied ourselves to our absolute peak, or they kept us hungry and isolated.
Can't imagine why they would ever shut this place down. Sounds like a regular Disney World.
It was his old boarding school that his father had sent him to.
What are we doing here?
Look in the window, genius.
Gabriel looked inside and saw his younger self, alone in the classroom doing schoolwork. Outside of the school, there were children playing in the snow. He looked longingly at their joy.
I had missed an assignment. My punishment was to watch others enjoying themselves, while I was trapped inside these walls.
And with an education this good, it's no wonder you turned into such a good Samaritan.
Just then, the classroom door opened. It was his sister, Celine, catching Gabriel completely by surprise.
Gabriel, come on, we got to go!
I have work to do. Besides, I'm on punishment.
Not right now, you aren't. Father said you could come home for Christmas.
Are you serious? You're not joking?
Nope. Now come on, let's go. We mustn't keep Father waiting.
That was one of the better Christmases I had when I was a young lad. Celine and I were inseparable back in those days.
So, Whatever happened to her?
Celine died in a car crash, right when I was finishing fashion school. When she died, I felt a part of me die with her. I believed I would never find happiness again.
Sisters can either tear your world apart or bring it together. Unfortunately, I only had experience with the former.
Now where are we going?
We're going to find some happiness, because you're starting to bum me out, pal.
They walked until they were outside a fashion design house called Clockworks.
I know this place. This is the fashion house where I had an apprenticeship. It was where I met Ozpin. Even back then, he was a know-it-all.
Recognize the day, though?
I've had plenty of good days here, though I don't think I recognize this one.
Just watch. Thank the gods for holiday booze.
They looked inside and saw Gabriel and Ozpin working together. They had just finished before someone walked in.
Alright everyone, put your materials away. Tonight is Christmas Eve! The whole world will be celebrating in unison, and as such, we are going to party!
In that case, I'll be happy to bring all of the hot cocoa that I can. Oh, he's...
Remember, Oz, no rational thinking during party time. All either of you need to do is find a guest to bring along. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go ask that potted plant what to wear tonight.
Is he plastered already?
high, all right, off his own hot air.
Onward to the holidays, my friends! My comrades! Tally-ho!
I guess you have a point, but I don't think I'll be partying that much tonight, Oz.
Gabriel Etienne Thomas Agreste, I am surprised at you. I figured since your family has once again left you behind during the holidays, you would wish to come out and have some fun for once.
I still have to study. By keeping a 4.0 GPA, I stay in my father's good graces.
Oh, I think you will live if you take one night off. Who knows? Maybe tonight's the night you finally start living.
Okay. What is wrong with you?
Sorry. I've seen that look one too many times. Even been used on me once or twice myself. A close friend's words can end up changing your entire life. Never believed in love at first sight until... lucky me, I guess.
Our scene switches to a party in full swing. Ozpin is introducing a young woman to Gabriel. Emily, this is my friend Gabriel. Gabriel, Emily.
It's nice to meet you, Gabriel.
Likewise.
The two of them began to talk and even dance to a ballad.
So, you're a fashion designer?
Just an apprentice right now, but I plan on being a designer by the time I finish college. Given enough time, I plan on owning an entire city one day. I'll be as free as a moth in the night sky. But enough about me. Tell me about you.
Well, I started modeling as soon as I finished high school. Only a few small stores at first, but then I made a deal with Clockworks to model for them. And in no time, here I am, their #1 girl of the year. That's how I met Ozpin. He's such a kind soul. A bit of an oddball, though.
I feel the same way about him if I'm being honest. But I know his heart is in the right place. Even if his brain isn't. It's because of him that I've made so many connections here in Paris.
Well, I think you pointed me to one as well.
Who?
You dum-dum.
Really? I mean, I don't know you all that well, Emily, but, well, I think I would like to be your connection too. Where else in the city am I going to find a snort as heavenly as yours?
No, stop. You're embarrassing me.
The two of them looked longingly at one another. However, the moment was ruined when Ozpin and Ironwood strolled on by. Enjoying yourself yet, Gaby?
There you are, Gabe. I hope you and this young lady are enjoying yourselves thoroughly. The Kingdom of Atlas was very proud to have hosted an incredible end-of-the-year soiree.
Just like I said, hot air.
Tally-ho! Ha ha!
Oh, nothing, you big softy. Come on, Tin Man. The night is young, and so are we. This way to the dance floor.
Indeed. Have fun, you two. Enjoy the rest of the party.
Honey, I think you've been spending way too much time at the office on your designs. Don't you think it would be best if you took some time off?
There you go again with this time off nonsense. That is out of the question. Everyone in the fashion industry is ready to pounce on any sign of weakness. The moment that happens to me, it's all over. This is just how life has to be.
Life doesn't have to be this way, dear. You can take a break. It isn't a crime. You shouldn't care about what those people say. I didn't let their harsh criticism stop me when we were young. Honestly, at times, I think you take things so damn seriously, Gabriel. It's ridiculous. A little competition and you lock yourself away like a gremlin. It's so distressing. Now, in case you forgot, again, it is almost Christmas Day. Your son and I would like you to celebrate with us.
You don't understand. And I don't think you've ever understood.
Excuse me?
There isn't a day out of the year I could set aside for anything or anyone else. Christmas is especially treacherous. Nothing but a bunch of coupon-hoarding soccer moms waiting to silence their brats' dribble with the promise of Chinese-made teddy bears.
Gabriel, you can't possibly believe that.
If that's what you think, my dear, then you honestly don't know me at all.
Gabriel, please listen to me.
No, you listen! I am done letting others' inability to see the bigger picture get in the way of my success. The customers, my employees, this holiday, even you.
I see. So that's how it is then. Good night, love. I love you.
Emily turns to go, but leaves behind a small note on Gabriel's end table. Gabriel of the past notices it, and in his fury, he grabs the letter and makes for the fireplace. Present Gabriel desperately pleading with his past self to stop.
No, don't!
That was really messed up. You know that, right?
Her words still ring in my ears, pierce my heart, and even after all these years, I learned too late. The next day, my dearest Emily was driving home, presents for Adrian in the back seat. Her car skidded off the road and into an embankment. She was thrown from the car and she was... The doctor said she felt no pain. She was alone in the end, like me.
Our scene switches to the next night, with Gabriel searching the fireplace for a fragment of the letter. He was completely and utterly distraught over the sudden loss of his wife. The only piece of the letter he was able to find were her final words to both him and Adrian. Those words were simply, and I quote, "I love you."
Oh, God, Emily. I'm so sorry. Please take me home. I want you to take me home now. Please.
All right, hold on.
Teleported back to Gabriel's room, though they did not have much time to rest. Waiting for them sitting in Gabriel's work chair was the ghost of Christmas Present, having manifested to look like winter schnee.
It's about time you got him back.
Get off my back, Ice Queen. I had to deal with this guy's Titanic-level trauma.
I don't care, Crow.
I assume you're the ghost of Christmas now?
Present. You are correct, however, we'll have to save the formalities for later. Right now we need to observe what's your most recent actions have led to. Would you care to join us, Crow?
Sure, why not? I've got a little time to kill. Get it? Because we're spirits.
Whatever, as long as we get through this as painlessly as possible.
You have a long way to go, pal.
Follow me, you two.
Gabriel and Crow followed her outside, where it was already the next morning. Adrian was in his room, the Christmas spirit drained completely out of him. The only gift he received from his father was a single pen.
Figures.
Who in the name of the gods gave their children a pen for the holidays?
Don't try to play mind games with me, Spirit. I'm pretty sure I know more than a bird who learned to speak.
And I thought my father was a piece of shit. Pay attention.
Adrian got dressed as though he were going to a business meeting. He should have known better than to expect his father to have enough compassion to allow him to visit his friends today. So, for a change of pace, he decided to visit them without his permission.
Very well. How dare he to find me in such a manner, running off in his best suit in the slums?
Maybe if you allowed him some freedom, he wouldn't have needed to disobey you. As you can see, your son has lost any expectation of your love.
What?
You must follow him. Maybe then you will see what I mean.
The three of them proceed to fly off to Jean's house, which is actually a low-end tenement apartment in the northern part of the city. As they enter it, they find a small, shared living area. Everyone is gathered together, laughing in celebration.
Happy nondescript winter holiday, everyone!
Jean exclaimed, speaking to his friends as they returned home. Ren, Nora, Ruby, Weiss, Blake, and Yang, who had gone out to get Chinese takeout. All the while, he had set the table for dinner.
What the hell is that slop they're putting on the table?
Not everyone has the luxury of enjoying biscuits and escargot for their holiday dinner.
Hey, John! We're back from Shopkeep's Noodles Emporium.
Believe it or not, they were having a 2-for-1 sale. We almost couldn't carry all these munchies back with us.
There's so much of it, I hope we'll be able to eat it all.
It smells so good! I call extra on everything that's edible!
Nora, no seconds until everyone has had their fair share.
You don't own me!
Ren rolled his eyes towards Nora's sass as they heard a knock at the door.
Oh, I'll get it! Adrian, what are you doing here?
My dad said I couldn't come over to see you guys, but I did it anyway. Can I come inside?
You don't even have to ask, pal. Of course you can. Come on in.
As Adrian made his way into the apartment, he found everyone sitting down to eat dinner.
Hey Yang, can you run this plate up to Oscar? He should still be awake.
Sure thing, sis.
Is Oscar still not feeling well?
Yeah, no one knows what it is, but we're sure he'll be fine.
I hope he is.
Come join us, Adrian.
Really?
Yeah! Any friend of Jean's is a friend of ours. Yeah, as long as you're here, consider yourself a part of our family.
And for the first time in forever, Adrian smiled and sat down at the table.
What's wrong with the kid upstairs?
A sickness has plagued this world for many years, an after effect of a war long ago.
I had no idea.
Of course not. You were too busy being an asshole. Unfortunately, the cure for such an illness is so rare it's almost impossible to acquire.
Gabriel winced. He had heard of similar cases, but thought nothing of it. He looked on and saw how much Adrian was enjoying himself.
My father and I already had Christmas dinner. It was mostly salad and some oysters.
That's it! Blasphemy! Food is one of the most important parts of the holidays.
I couldn't agree more. Whoever you are. Ever since my mom died, Christmas has always been so distant in my house. Distant? Yeah, here's something for a good laugh. All I got this year from my old man is a pen.
Suddenly, everyone turned to look at Adrian as if he was crazy. A real head case. An absolute fruitcake.
That doesn't sound like Christmas at all.
It sounds like your dad is a lot like Weiss's dad, only more French.
I couldn't agree more, Yang.
Your father seems like a regular bummer. I mean, you're his son. How can he treat you like this?
From how you speak of him, I would guess he's a jerk to everyone. Didn't he throw you out of his house just for asking a question, John? Wouldn't surprise me that he is now depriving his son of Christmas.
I'm sorry, John. A great guy like you shouldn't need to put up with...
Think nothing of it, Adrian. Tonight isn't about me. It's about all of us. Now go on and eat some noodles. Nora has that feeding frenzy look in her eyes.
I'll get you a plate, Richie Rich. Wait right here.
Adrian had truly enjoyed his second dinner, finally feeling like he was part of a real family for a change.
Thanks for letting me share this dinner with all of you. You guys are the best!
Don't mention it. Besides, this is the first time we've all managed to be together during the holidays. We usually eat with our own families. Heck, Blake has to take a plane to see her family every year.
I couldn't leave Yang this year. Besides, Christmas in Paris seems more eventful than Christmas in Menagerie.
Aw, thank you, Blake. It means the world to me that you're here with us.
And that's all that matters somehow.
Just then, everyone heard a cough coming from the upstairs bedroom.
Hey, would it be okay if I see Oscar? I want to wish him a Merry Christmas.
Just promise us you'll be careful, Adrian. We don't want you getting sick too.
Please, I live with my father. Nothing else in this world can scare me more.
Well, if you are sure, his room is upstairs on the left.
Adrian excuses himself and heads up to Oscar's room. There, Oscar is lying on the bed, looking sickly, ill, and frail.
Hello?
Hey there, Oscar. It's me, Adrian. John's friend.
Oh yeah, the model. Hi. How has your Christmas been so far?
About as well as yours, but you clearly have it worse than I do.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
You know, I really wish there was something I could do to help you.
It's okay, Adrian. You all being here to spend time with each other makes me feel better already. Adrian, don't sit next to him!
He can't hear you.
Shut up, witch! He is going to get sick! I demand you allow him to hear me!
I don't make the rules. I just enforce them.
You didn't eat anything yet?
I tried to, but I'm afraid I'm too weak. I can barely lift my arms. My aunt would kill me if she saw me like this.
I'm so sorry. If you want, I can try to help you eat this stuff, if you'd like that.
Thank you.
Adrian began helping Oscar eat the takeout food to the best of his ability, wanting to be the best new friend he could possibly be.
My God, I don't believe this. I can't even comprehend what I'm seeing.
Me neither. He's showing more care for someone than you ever did for him. Are you sure he's your kid?
Crow, don't antagonize my client, please.
Oh, hello, Father. Right, I know. But Sorry, Oscar. That was my dad. He says he needs me home right away. But I doubt I'll be going home at all today.
Won't your father get upset with you?
Honestly, Adrian didn't seem to care, which was a real blow to Gabriel. He feels in his pocket, taking out the pen that his father had given him for Christmas.
Before I go, I want you to have this.
Wow, this is pretty amazing, Adrian, but why are you giving me this?
It's a Christmas present my father gave to me. It's kinda like what they always say. The pen is mightier than the sword. From where I'm standing, you need this way more than I do.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas, Oscar.
Thanks for doing that, Adrian. I'm sure it means the world to him.
Don't worry, we made sure to save another plate for you.
Ren then handed Adrian a plate full of chicken and dumplings. Oh gosh, now I'm hungry.
Thank you all so much for what you've done for me.
It was Nora's idea.
She wanted to make sure you had an actual meal for Christmas. You won't find a sweeter person even if you looked 1,000 miles.
Also, feel free to visit us anytime, Adrian. When we're not off protecting the innocent, of course, but we'd love to hang out some more.
Oh, she's just happy to have another cat around to play with.
Merry Miraculous Christmas, you guys.
Same for all future huntsmen everywhere.
Adrian left the tenements and headed back to his home, with a much more vibrant skip in his step.
That's all the time we have, I'm afraid. We must head back now.
That's it? We're just going to leave? What about my son, the sick child?
Adrian will be okay. However, Oscar will be severely weakened by this illness. If he doesn't get the medicine and care he needs, there's a good chance he will never recover.
He'll be alright though, won't he?
That is up to you. Now come. We're already late as it is.
Late for what?
Why, the end credits, of course. I'm afraid we've run out of time for this segment, but stay tuned, my friends, for the very shocking, thrilling, and yet magical conclusion to this series of videos after these messages. See you then.